What?
Work it, Danny.
Not Missy Elliott.
Work it, Danny.
Not Missy Elliott. What?
Isn't this? Don't you use the song when you dance at the club?
Maybe. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Yes, you do. Don't even know what the hell she's saying right there, but
No. So I will tell you what she's saying.
all right. Gotta work it, Danny. We're gonna work it today.
Work it.
Ooh. Cover your ears, Danny. Oh, Danny. Cover your ears. All right, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Here we are back at it again. I'm gonna hear what you got to say. All right, Danny. First of all, before we get into what is she saying right there?
Well, okay, watch. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way. Hold on. So I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Hold on. So ready? Thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Right? I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Hold on. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Come on. I put my thing
What? That was good. That was good, man.
What? That's what it is.
That's good.
So she puts her thing down, flip it, and reverse it. That's what she's saying backwards.
Wow. All right. You learn something every day, guys. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, we are at it again. We are at it again. KFit Talk. KFit Talk. T-A-W-K. Danny. KFit Talk. T-A-W-K. Listen, it's a podcast. Get your phones out, flip it and reverse it. Get on the podcast and hit subscribe. KFit Talk podcast with Danny and Jon Koga. We are at season 8, episode 4. F-A-O. How would you spell 4? F4, Danny. 4. KFit
4. F-O-W-R. 4.
We're at episode 4. I'm going to do my call 4 times today, Danny. All right, listen, enough with the shenanigans. Guys, big announcements today. Got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to welcome you guys that are our listeners and subscribers and viewers from all over the planet. Yes, all over the planet. We're worldwide, Danny. Mr. World, Mr. and Mrs. Worldwide.
What?
Yes, we
Pitbull
are.
Coming at you.
7 countries, 8 countries, 10, 11, 12. Last I checked, 13 countries. This KFit podcast is being listened to and viewed in and liked. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Listen, we are going to talk fitness, food, life, and fun as always. We're going to have some fun with it. As you guys know that have been listening to us for all these years, it'll be 2 years coming up in February, that our opinions are just that. They're the truth, okay? So if you're listening and you get your feelings hurt, wah. We're kidding. We love you. We're entitled to our opinion just like you're entitled to yours. Listen, we don't know it all, but we do know it all. We are sponsored by Sizzle International. SISEL. Sizzle is an acronym for science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. And we have featured products. Matter of fact, what we have to talk about today with the KFit 31-month mission has a lot to do with Sizzle. So put your seatbelts on, guys. Sit back. We're going to entertain you guys hopefully for the next hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And we're going to also inform you, educate you guys, and hopefully get you guys involved with the KFit 31-month mission, because if you're still kicking tires and dragging your feet, that fat around your belly is never going to go away, okay? That big tuchus is never going to go down, all right? Your head, your mind. I'm including myself in this.
John, did you register for the KFit 30 program? Because I think you need it.
I should have registered 6 months ago when I lost this 28, almost 30 pounds right now, kids. Anyway. So listen, we love you guys. You know, we're going to give you guys some tough love and some accountability, but it's all good. It's all done out of love. L-O-V-E. We love you. So you know what? We're going to discuss a few things today, but first I want to bring on Danny. Last week, I don't even know if we put up last week's podcast. Last week's start was a shit show, but we got through it. All right. Danny wanted to kill somebody, but she kept her cool. And in true Danny K fashion.
Watch it. We'll get shadow banned. You said the K word.
Oh shit. She's gonna she overcame it and on to the next, guys. Life is too short, man. Sounds like a cliche, but trust me, it is too effing short to be mad, to be angry for lengthy periods of time. All right. Danny, what do you got going on at Danny K, the number one gym, number one trainer down there in Carroll County, Westminster, Carroll County, Maryland? And I know you got a lot going on, but talk to us about what is taking place now with the New Year's, making the quotes, which I hate to do that with my fingers. It drives me crazy when I see
Yeah.
people. Drives me nuts. Really, don't do it in front of me. So with the quote unquote New Year's resolution, people, and I got to start on January 1st. Man, shit, you should have started last year. You should have started last month. But you know what?
Start when it comes into your mind.
We're not going to kick sand on you. You're down. You know what? We all been there. But Danny, what's going on down there with Danny K with New Year's resolutions, and where are you at with things at your studio? And introduce yourself to the wonderful peeps that are listening to us.
Hey, Danny K.
Oh, sure.
I
Hey, Danny K.
I I feel like I'm like running around with a chicken with my head cut off because we practice and preach proper nutrition, and like I had my breakfast and then I didn't eat because I was so slammed. I didn't eat until like dinner time at 7 p.m. I got to my client at 5 p.m. and I'm like, I didn't even eat lunch. I didn't even have a freaking snack. What the hell?
Oh wow.
So, this time of year obviously is busy. It's busier. But to the same point, like, we're launching the KFit 30. So we're doing that. I'm trying to create little, posts and stuff about that. So it's just constant. People that think that, when you do things on Facebook or social media or whatever, you think, oh, that's easy. Like, oh, that's what you do. Like, that's what you did,
Yeah.
but a lot of times it takes
Time consuming, man.
it is time consuming to do one post. You got to get the picture right, you got to get the words right, you got to put the little emojis in, like to make it look appealing and separate it out, and just all this stuff, and it's time consuming. So that's in and of itself just draining. But you don't get me wrong. I mean, I love it. I love doing it and stuff like that. But back in the day when we started, we didn't have this kind of stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier to get the content out there, to get your message out there and stuff like that. But it is time consuming. So even though y'all might see me on Facebook, it doesn't mean that I'm on Facebook just scrolling and looking at funny shit. I'm working. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Danny, they all know you like boobs. We know you're on those Instagram boob channels. We know where
No, actually, I'm not. But somebody told me that there's a shit ton of porn on Twitter. I'm like, Twitter, really? And like she was showing me, I was like, I don't go to Twitter for that. But oh my god, like I never even knew.
Really?
Like,
I didn't even know. Really, Elon Musk.
I'm like, that's a thing.
Wow.
So
Listen,
so contrary to belief, when I'm on social media, more than likely, I'm trying to make a post to get some information out to y'all.
all right, sounds good. So listen, we got some exciting things coming up. And guys, we like to always pick a topic to get you started. I think this topic is perfect for what we're gonna finish the show off today with the talking about the final registrations for KFit 30. I want to make a shout out to all of our registrants that already pre-registered for the KFit 30 1-month mission.
Yes.
The mission lasts a month, the journey lasts a lifetime. We're on mission number 9. Season 8 for KFit Talk, Danny. Mission 9 for the KFit 30 1-month mission, and it's been life changing for not only Danny and myself, but many people that were involved with the previous missions. And guys, if you're listening and you fell off, it's okay. We want you back on. You can't put a price on your health. You've heard that before. We're not going to beat into your submission telling you that. But you know what? If you really need a boost and you need help, and you want to have fun, you want to be part of a group, a network of people like Danny and myself, and meet people from all. Listen, Koga and Danny K, Jim, and KFit 30 have brought people together from all over the world. We have people from here. We have people from Long Island supporting people from California, supporting people from Australia, supporting people from Germany. Danny's got her products being sold in Germany. We're rooting on Danny K's members. They're rooting on shit. My members, my clients like Danny better than they friggin' like me, for God's sakes. Okay. So it's like, jump on, man. Have some fun with us. You gotta turn the page on the last year and put the excuses, check them out the freaking door, man. Put them in the fireplace, burn them, because you got a new year to reset. You got a new year to just forget about. Listen, there's a lot of shit I'm leaving behind in 2023. And I got to tell you, I've been reading, Danny. I've been reading books. I love it. I mean, why didn't somebody else tell me right now why I should start I'll wake up in the morning and I'll read, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, I'll listen to an audiobook. All right. I want to fill my mind with knowledge. I want to be able
Yeah.
to decipher what I can hold on to, what I need to share, and what is going to be self-help. A lot of it is self-help stuff. A lot of it is manifestation. A lot of it is, which next week I'm going to talk on a subject called auto suggestion. I'm not an expert on it, but I'm going to bring that up as a topic next week. So I'm reading books that I really can pertain to Danny about us just finally getting the brand completely to be a household name. And we will do that because, it all starts with hard work, desire, and faith. Okay. I'm not talking about faith where you got to go into the Muslim, into church and pray. And I'm not talking about that. That faith is great. Nothing wrong with that. It's about turning desire and faith into action. And it's pretty good stuff.
Right.
But that's for next week. So I've been doing a lot of reading and learning a little bit more about the things, getting back to my point, that I need to leave behind, and the heavy baggage and the people that weigh you down, and stop trying to change the world, and people will respect you for remember I said my word was assertive. Remember I said my word was
Right.
assertive. I
Yep.
gotta tell you, I'm being assertive, Danny, and I got to tell you, I actually feel like I lost two people, two members and two clients of mine that have been MIA for the last week since I mentioned that, and made some text message and emails about how I have to go forward running my business, and it sucks because I didn't attach a name to it, and it's like, there's an old saying, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, and
Right.
I two people that, and I'm hoping, and I'm honestly really praying that that's not what it is. I might be jumping the gun, but I started to put a lot of these goals, which we're going to talk about that, and these new 2023, not resolutions, but things I want to put into action. And I got to tell you, it's definitely manifesting itself. And even in 2 or 3 days, I'm seeing the rewards of just, I know you pay it forward all the time. You tip, you do this, you do that. I'm trying to be a little bit more like you, Danny, when it comes to that, and it feels good. I got to tell you, whether
Yeah.
it's business, in your personal life, in your spiritual life, it's only going to help you, Danny. And until somebody can finally release those chains and those anchors of hatred and resentment and wishing bad on people, and you're going to be stuck down, guys, in the basement for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I was kind of at the top, and then I'm back in the basement, back at the top. I want to be on the ground level. Put me on the ground level, right in the middle. You know where I'm going at with this, Danny? So it's like, and you've been doing this. You don't need to do this. You practice this already. You're big on manifestation. You're big on
Right.
setting your goals. You're big on waking up every morning and repeating something to yourself on what you're going to accomplish that day and writing things down. I was all talk and mirrors and bullshit. I bullshitted myself. And now it's like little by little, I'm learning a little bit more about what I need to do in my life to set my goals for 2023 to make them be healthy, happy, and prosperous. What about yourself, Danny?
Like you said, I mean, I do it every single day. Like and my thing, if it let my fear guide me, not hide me. You
Love
know
that.
what I mean? Like, so I'm constantly, even if I look at something, I'm like, okay, no, I can't, I'm scared, I'm scared. Oh, guess what, Danny? Don't you say let your fear guide you, not hide you. And what are you doing? You're hiding. Okay, okay, jump, boom. You know what I mean? Like, and I go do it. So, it's not that I don't have any fears, because everybody knows I fear spiders and snakes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
mice
yeah.
and all that stuff, all the creepy crawlies. But with that kind of like jumping forward and doing something, or finding out something, asking something, jumping to the next thing, um like in business, I don't know, I've never, knock wood, I've never been afraid to do anything in business.
Right.
um I I don't know why. I just, I just boom, like, oh, I got an idea, put it down on paper, let's do it. I'll think through it, but I want to
So
do it. You
let
know?
me ask you this. Hold on, 'cause somebody might need to hear this. So, having heard you said that, let's say you had $10 left in your bank account to your name, okay? To your
Been there,
name. I know you
been there.
have. Something that you want to do, an endeavor that you want to bestow upon and take on, is requiring you to spend $100, are you going to put the kibosh on that, or are you going to not be afraid to jump in, take your desires, your faith, take that leap of faith, figure it out, whether it's credit? Are you able to, or are you going to sit back and say, I just can't do it. I can't taste this risk. What would Danny K do? But yet your heart of hearts believe that this is what you need to do and you have to do it. But it's $100 and all you have left is $10 left in Danny K's bank account. What are you doing, Danny?
So, I mean, and people say, oh, that's easy to say because, it's a hypothesis, it's a hypothesis,
Bullshit. It's scary. It's a scary feeling.
But I've been there. I've been there and done that. You know what I mean? Especially with, through COVID when they shut my business down for 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean? Like I had no income except for what was coming in from the gym memberships, which was a blessing. Thank you all for sticking with me. But I didn't get government help or anything. You know what I mean? Like, so that was the scary part. But I had to keep going. I had to keep pushing and all that. So, but to answer your question, if I had $10 in my bank account, I needed 100, and it was like 100% foolproof that this was going to be the thing, right?
Well, it's not guaranteed, but in your heart of hearts, you knew this, you felt
okay, got you. Okay, got you. Yeah. So in my heart, if that's something that I believed in, and I had $10, what I would do if I need $100, but I only have $10, where am I going to get the other 90? Well, I'm going to find a way. I'll either pull investors in, but which I don't really like doing because if I pull investors in, then that means they have some control over my shit. And I don't like having anybody have any control over what I do. When I want to set something up, when I want to do a KFit 30 or a Danny K mobile or, whatever, I want to be able to do it. I don't want to, hey, what do you guys think? Oh, and then them being scared because then they're adjusting and trying to figure out their fear. And if they don't think that that it's going to fly, but I do, I got to wait for my investors to jump on board. So I don't like that. So I like it all to be about Danny in business, about Danny K, because Danny K will jump and do it. So what I will do is figure out a way to get the other $90. If I full-heartedly believe in this, I will figure out a way to get that other $90 and jump into it.
That's the answer.
I will. Just period.
And that's what separates. Excuse me. Let me hit the mute button.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me or no? We're good?
Yep.
That's what separates a lot of, not all, but a lot of the very successful people in life. The fear of counting every last penny that you have. I get it. You got kids to feed, dogs to feed, mouths to take care of, rent to pay, mortgage. But when you let that evil sin of money hold you back from following a dream that you spent so much time on creating that and that's what I love about not having partners, Danny. I'm going to live by the sword. I'm going to die by the sword, okay? I can't be pointing fingers and blaming partners for something failure if it's my own, if it's on my own, But if it is on my own, I'm not going to fail. Do you understand?
Right. But and let's get it straight that, like we know what we're talking about when we say the word fail, but let's get it straight. Failure is not trying.
That's right.
If something falls through or you hit a stumbling block or it didn't quite make what it was supposed to make at that point in time, doesn't mean that it won't make it. It's just you figured out at least one way that it's not going to work. So let's figure out a way that it will work, right? Again, I always bring it back to Thomas Edison. It took him 999 tries to get to the light bulb. So what if he would have stopped at 999? What if he would have stopped at 998? We'd be in the dark. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody would have eventually figured it out. But, the point is, like failure is not the point of it just didn't work. Failure is the point of not trying. So if you try, you've at least hopefully you walk away with learning something. You know what I mean? Like learning at least, okay, well, it didn't work that way. Let's try it this way, or let me go back to the drawing board and see if I missed an I or missed a T or didn't add something right or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so like you had mentioned about your word, being assertive. Mine is abundance, and and I always say abundance, and I always believe in abundance, and so one thing that helps me when I'm at that $10, I only got $10 in my bank account. It's that trick of manifestation. And I got it several years ago when I first started listening to the book, The Secret, and things like that, The Secret, The Power, and all of that. When you think that you have everything that you need, you will receive everything that you need and more. If you think that you have lack, you're living in lack, you're living in scarcity, and therefore the universe will give you lack and scarcity, period. And it's hard, especially when you only have $10 to your name, right? It's so hard to bring that concept to light. But I'm telling you, it was hard for me. Like I stumbled through. Like I didn't just start making hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, from day one with the gym or from any of my business adventures, right?
Yeah.
It started and it went and then I had Planet Fitness come in, and when Planet Fitness came into the area, I lost 2 grand a month. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it does sound like a lot. It's 2 grand a month.
A lot of
You
money.
know what I mean? Like, um, and the only person to fall back on financially is me. Like, I don't have a partner that helps me financially do things, whether it's a business partner or a life partner. I don't have anyone. So everything is reliant upon me. So when I lost my 2 grand from Planet Fitness coming in, what did I do? I didn't sit there and cry the blues like a couple of my other gym owner friends did. Like, oh, we got to go down to $10. We got to play their game. I ain't playing nobody's game. I'm playing my game. I'm staying authentic, and it's a struggle. But what do I need to do? Think outside the box. And where can I make some money? How can I make money? Oh, create a I did a Weight Watchers class, right? So I did a Danny K weight class or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, so I implemented that, and I had people coming in and doing that. So a lot of times when I'm backed against the wall, and universe, don't put this on me, but when I'm backed against the wall and I need to make money, I know. I mean, that's one thing that I know how to do. I know how to make money.
Right.
I'm
Right.
I'm blessed with that, right?
Yeah.
But abundance, when you think abundance of anything, abundance of love, money, cars, houses, like whatever it is that you're desiring, think that you have a shit ton of it. You'll feel that feeling, and the energy is put out there to the universe, and the universe has no other way but to respond by giving it back to you. It's magnet, it's manifesting, it's magnetizing.
Yeah.
You magnetize what you want out of life. If you're sad and depressed and boo-hoo, and I ain't got no money, and but you got $10 in your wallet, but you're bitching because you only have $10 in your wallet, you got to be grateful for what you got, and think abundance. Think, wow, I got $10 in my wallet. And
Yeah.
another thing that I do too, when I was low in my, like, I was seeing red in my bank accounts, like, negatives, right? So what did I do? I pulled out a dollar or two out of my wallet, and I would go to the liquor store, and or go somewhere, and pay forward, buy a coffee for someone else. I would go to the liquor store and get a couple of scratch offs, a dollar scratch offs, and give it to people. And so what am I telling? I may have spent my last $2 that I had on in my wallet on those scratch off tickets, but I'm telling the universe, I got plenty, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not, I've got plenty. So I'm going out there and I'm just like, I'm spending my $2. The universe doesn't know that you only spent $2. The universe is seeing that you spent money to give something to someone else,
Yeah.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
And so it's going to come back to you. So that's whenever I get down, or like I said, when my bank account was in the red, and it's been in the red, y'all, like don't let it fool you. I've come from nothing. I came from nothing and built something. But when it was in the red, I gave a little bit. You know what I mean? I gave a couple of, gave a dollar, or whatever. If you're giving, you what's that telling the universe? You're living in abundance. You have an abundance of stuff to give, right?
Right. Yeah.
Even if it's a
So
dollar, and then you get it back.
that's so true, Danny. It's funny because I told you this next week's topic was, I want to learn more about it. It's something called auto suggestion, and it's exactly that. So let's see how this. I want to have the audience, because maybe they're not looking into going to a business, but I want to show them how that translates into every aspect of their life. But keep
Sure.
in mind this, guys, those of you that are listening to this and still holding on, we appreciate it. So, you put all these positive vibes, all these positive thoughts, all this positive energy into your head. The key for what I'm learning is to repeat it throughout the day. When you wake up, throughout your day, I own a coffee shop. I'm going to own a coffee shop. I can't wait when I'm cook my images. Picture yourself in your coffee shop, sir, whatever it is. Okay. when you put positive thoughts in, and this is straight up psychology 101. When you put positive thoughts and positive energy into your mind and it becomes embedded in that part of your brain, on that shelf of your brain that's going to overcome and overtake all the negative shit, positive vibes and positive thoughts will make your life constructive.
Right.
Constructive.
What you
Negative
put out is
thoughts,
what you get back.
constantly being a negative Nelly, constantly being an I can't, constantly pity party, constantly feel bad for me. Your life becomes destructive. Okay,
Right.
destructive. So
Right.
how do you? And it's not just, you can't just flip a switch and now in 15 minutes I'm going to say I'm going to be a millionaire
Right.
tomorrow.
No,
Guys,
it's practice.
it's
And
practice.
hold
Right.
that thought when you were saying like, and it's keywords like you were saying. It's like, but try not to say I'm going to own a coffee shop. If that's what you want, if you want to own a coffee shop, I
Yep,
own it now.
that's
I
right,
I own it now. You have
guys.
to feel the feeling because if you put it in the
Yes.
future, it will always be in the future. You have to talk what you want in the future. You have to talk as if you have it now.
And listen to me, it sounds like freaking witch doctor voodoo shit, guys.
It
Trust
works.
me, I thought the same shit, okay? Believe me. And I'm slowly but surely training my brain right now to do these things and be positive. You know, I'm thanking Danny for this because Danny's been telling me this for however many years I know her right now with her
Yeah,
manifestation, this and paying it
awesome,
forward.
John.
I'm telling you right now. So, how does that translate over into the next topic? Our next topic. So, guys, be positive, good vibes. Wake up every day and say something, a self-affirmation. Put it out there in the universe, the vibration theory, whatever the hell you want to call it. Be
Right.
positive. You're going to be constructive. If you be negative, Nelly and Debbie. Now, listen, emotion kicks in. You can be Debbie Downey for 5 minutes, but you got to let
Yep.
that positive Pete kick in and take over. Okay, so we got negative Nelly and positive Pete, or positive Patty, whatever the hell you want to be. He, she, it, what, whatever you want to call yourself. So here's how it translates over from my experience into the next topic, which is Danny sent me an article, which I'm going to post it up on my website, on my blog. It has setting goals for 2023, not resolutions, for setting fitness goals for
Right.
2023, not
Right.
a New Year's resolution for 2023, setting goals that are going to lead you to be successful. These are positive things that you have to incorporate in your life. Okay. Not saying, I don't want to go for a walk outside. It's too cold. I'll go when it's not cold. Shit, if you're living in Alaska, it's not going to be freaking warm till June. All right. You got to set positive, positive goals for you. Realistic, positive goals. Not forget what I just say, a resolution. We're going to
Yep.
set goals for you for 20. We're going to set goals for ourselves for 2023, Danny. So in doing so, Danny, I will, you could, if you want to mention a few, I have the article because they had some good ones on here. But if you have a few you want to mention, Danny, please feel free to share them. But you got to set fitness goals, all right, for 2023. All right. I'll spit off a few of them. All right. So let me read this as it's written because I thought this was a really good article from Wolfpack. It says, the power of setting goals in fitness. And I'm reading this verbatim, guys. So whoever wrote this, I'm going to give a plug to because it was really good. Wolfpack. So why is setting goals important? It helps trigger new behavior and guides that you're focused towards change. Okay. They help you stay motivated when things get challenging, and they can be a way to beat procrastination. Guys, my famous line, I should patent this because I lived it. Procrastination leads to devastation. Procrastination is going to lead to devastation in any
Love it.
avenue of your life. I should freaking, just like Danny has, I need to freaking trademark that, okay? To beat procrastination. Research shows that people who set goals have higher self-confidence, motivation, and independence. In fact, studies have shown again and again that people who set goals and write them down are percent more successful, or a large percent more successful in achieving them. It's not just setting the goals that helps you be successful. It's the way to benchmark your progress. For example, let's say your goal is to lose 10 pounds. When you create the goal, you are by default taking note of your current weight. Let's be realistic about where you are currently, which can help you motivate you in the direction of your goal. Okay, guys? So setting goals, realistic goals, to get you to that resolution with my silly hand quotes that I hate. I want to smack you in the face when you do it to me. All right. So all my clients are going to give me hand quotes now. So the first one they say, It's good. This was brought out a couple of years ago with the popularity of watch trackers and iWatches. It's try to walk 10,000 steps a day. I have no problem with that, Danny. I really don't.
Yeah, I
If
don't
you're
either.
not going to gyms and you're not going to yoga and you're not doing, just try to walk 10,000 steps a day. And if you don't have a tracker, I think they equivalent to maybe 35, 45 minute walk, an hour walk, whatever it is. All right. So try to set yourself up. It's going to strengthen your lungs and heart. It's going to help you burn calories. Okay. It's actually safe for your joints because it's a low impact aerobic. If you get your heart rate up, if you want to put hand weights in, do it. All right. It's definitely going to boost your immune system because if you're outside, your body's going to get that respiratory therapy that it needs by having the fresh air and the oxygen. Okay. Without a doubt, it's going to change your levels, your mood levels. And if you're walking in nature, it's proven. Danny, you and your goddaughter and Lindsay, you guys and Mike, you guys, I know in the summertime you guys go on walks up there in different parks out there in Maryland. Okay.
Yep.
And it's obviously going to help you build your strength in your legs. So just get out there and do a brisk walk. Get out there and just walk. If today it's only one lap around your block, tomorrow make it a block and a half. So let's set
Yep.
these goals now. If you're sedentary and you're doing nothing, Danny, what do you got? You have one you want to throw out there for us?
Um, the there's a couple, but
It doesn't have to be from the
the
article, but like,
but right now, like from the article though, the one that I mean, I like, especially like I don't track my workouts. I know what I'm kind of doing,
yeah,
and I
yeah, of
remember
course.
from
Yeah,
week to week what I'm doing, and all my clients are like, "How do you remember all of our weights?" So like I remember
me
every
too.
single
I
client's
don't write
weight.
nothing down. Me too.
Now, at first, I write them down so that they have something when they come in on their own to see that, right? So
Oh, I see.
when they're working out on their own, I suggest that they track because I mean we've been doing it for 30 some years, right? But if I write somebody's, if I'm training you, John, and I'm writing down your weights, and I'm always you constantly because I've had clients like this, they constantly want it written down every single time. I'll forget. I won't know what I'm doing because
Yeah.
I don't have to rely on
Not
my
as
brain.
focused on them. Yeah, you're not as
So when I
focused.
when I rely on my brain, I know exactly what your weights are from week to week. We did this, we did this. I
Me too.
remember that you struggled on your third set or your second set, so we
Yep,
lowered
me
it,
too.
that kind of thing. But definitely when you're starting out working out,
Write it
track
down.
your workouts, because you're not going to have the brain capacity of remembering what you did and so forth. And if you're taking if you're training from if you're taking training, personal training from someone, or you're getting something from an app or from YouTube or something like that, track it. And I always like to, when I was back in the day when I first started, I would write it down. And there's workout books, where we wrote it down like old school. We'd take out a pen and put it down, and every single time you did a set, you write how many reps you did, what the weight you did, if you moved up the weight, or if you want to move the weight up next week, so that you don't have to think about it. So the next week I come look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, it says go from, the 20s to the 25s. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the 25s, right? There's no thought process because everything is already written down. When you track your progress, that's where you're going to be successful because you're holding yourself accountable, right?
Yeah.
Um and I'm just trying to, think like what they say to track is like weights, reps, sets is what we talked about, but intensity, that's I never tracked intensity, but yeah, that's cool too. So intensity, like, how intense was it? Was it easy? Was it hard? And I guess that's kind of, I guess maybe I do when I said, like you were doing using the 20s, but and so it got a little bit easier on that third set. So next week I can do the 25s on that. You know what I mean? So I guess I did track intensity. Oh, sorry, John. I did quotes.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I did track intensity back in the day, but without really
It's
knowing
fine.
that that's what I was doing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right,
Like,
right, right.
yeah. So I mean, track the workouts. Like, hold yourself accountable. You're writing it down, and hold yourself accountable for the next time you do said exercise to increase that weight because it was easy this time.
That's
That
right.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And another goal that we have to pay attention to, Danny. Um, I'll mention one that I have a good topic for you to talk about because I know you're really big on it. Another goal you guys can start. It's a little goal, guys. You can pull up YouTube videos. You have to start stretching, especially if you've been sedentary. You guys have to start stretching. If you can't touch your toes, and for God's sakes, if you can't see your toes, we have to get you guys stretched out. You guys can do. Excuse me as I pick my nose. You guys have to You guys have to start learning. And I started doing this. I started doing this in the morning at 5:15 a.m. When I start reading. I've been doing in bed mobility stretches, like just lying in my bed, pulling my knee up into my chest, pulling my opposite knee into my chest, doing a cross leg, doing different stretches while I'm just lying in bed. I'm telling you guys, start doing this. Start incorporating throughout your day. If you're on your lunch break, you're on your walk, get up out of your seat. Just do some basic side stretches, overhead stretches. I mean, go on YouTube and put in, basic stretching 101 and just start incorporate stretching, because that's going to definitely assist in your journey on keeping you guys injury free. And I guess what? Many kinds of aches and pains that you have and stiffness that you have, this will definitely assist in giving you guys a therapeutic benefit to eliminating as much as you can those aches and pains, those arthritises, those inflammations. You have to start stretching. Danny, I have a good one for you to speak about. Another goal. So set that goal of working out, of tracking your workouts, your 10,000 steps, of stretching. Danny, talk to us briefly, if you can, on the important. It doesn't have to be a 7-day meal prep. Talk to our audience about the importance of meal prepping. Cook your meals out ahead of time while you and have your cheat. Danny, I know you're big on prepping meals. You don't have to go out and shout out to all the meal prep places out there, but talk to us about setting that goal of maybe trying meal prepping for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. What are your thoughts on meal prepping, Danny?
Once you're prepped, like, it's there, right? So a lot of times what happens is, we get there and it's like, shoot, I'm hungry. Oh, I gotta cook. Oh, I gotta do, oh, screw it. I'll just call DoorDash. You know what I mean? Like, or I'll just go to, get carry out, or I'll go to Wawa Royal Farms or whatever, right? Um, but when it's prepped and prepared, take a couple of days, like whether my way of doing things now is a little bit different. I make things super simplistic, a sweet potato, canned chicken, and pop it in the microwave, like, you know what I mean, put some tahini on it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, even if I would have prepped that beforehand, it wouldn't have helped me because I didn't have time to sit down and eat. I was just so slammed.
Okay.
And shit like that's going to happen, but I should have had my protein shakes prepared. If I would have had my protein shakes prepared, I would have been able to drink while I was training. So that's another thought concept that maybe I'm going to think about, is maybe prep a couple of protein shakes, my Sizzling protein shakes.
Yep.
And stick them in my fridge, and then that way when a day like tomorrow happens or yesterday happens, then I'm just go in there, grab my protein shake that's already done. I don't have to take any time and do it. So that's the good thing about prepping. Like, even take a Sunday, maybe a Sunday and a Wednesday, or do your Sunday prepping, your off Sunday day, Sunday. So prep your meals for for the week or whatever, for the next couple of days,
Right.
So it's not so time consuming on your Sunday, but having things prepped and prepared that easy peasy, pull it out of the refrigerator, stick it in the microwave, or if you can eat it cold, that is like half the battle. That's probably 3/4 of the battle, right? I mean,
Yep.
And think about maybe prepping some protein shakes too. So when you come across times where, like I just came across yesterday, where I didn't have time to even sit down, like I had time. If I had the meal prepped, I could stick it in the microwave, but I wouldn't have had time to eat it. So the protein shake. So now for me, I'm like, okay, so if I'm going to get into real busy times like that, and I need to eat, the importance of eating every 3-4 hours or whatever, whether it's a snack, a banana, some almonds, a protein shake, an actual sit down lunch or dinner. The importance of eating 3 to 4, 3.5 hours, at a time, like in between meals and stuff like that, or snacks or whatever. It's keeping the metabolism, fueled the whole time. So, and that's the key. Like, we don't want the fad diets in the past. Like, they've made our metabolisms go topsy turvy, and that's why we gain and lose and gain and lose and gain more and lose and gain more and lose and gain more and lose. So we want to, keep the metabolism. And what we do with KFit 30, we're keeping the metabolism as much as we possibly can, even, like across the board, so that your body is just constantly, burning that fuel, and but still have the energy, you know what I mean? Like, you're not dropping off like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, why? Because you didn't drink water, you didn't eat, so prepping is definitely, half to 3/4 of the battle, And once it's already prepped, it's easy. Like stick it in the microwave and eat it, or that protein shake, drink it down. Making things easy so that you can see the results. So that because that's at the end of the day, that's why you join KFit 30. That's why you join the gym. That's why you're starting your health, your healthy lifestyle, your fitness journey, because you want to see results, and this is how you're going to see results.
For sure. And Danny, you know what? While you're on the topic, I'm going to make the next. We'll do one or two more goal setting. Then we're going to go into KFit 30 updates. So, folks, you heard Danny mention quite a few times right there about protein shakes. We have the best one. We have a great one. I know you guys have great ones with your companies, or you're taking one from Walmart or GNC or whatever. But Danny's holding up her Sizzling. It's the most purest forward casein protein that you can take.
Soy free.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's going to go right into your body. It's soluble. It's going to go. Let's talk about water solid. You shake that up. You don't have to use a blender. But so this is what I want to teach you guys. We've talked about this many, many, many episodes ago. There's a nutritional window that you need to satisfy after you work out. What does that mean? That means after you just worked out, especially if you're vigorously working out, where you're actually breaking down the muscle's tissue and the muscle's fiber, so to speak. All right, after a weight training workout, maybe a personal training session. We have a 1 hour, and the science behind this shows that it's 1 hour after you do a training. You have to get in at least 25 plus. I'm an emphasis on the plus. 25 plus grams of protein in your body after you work out. That in itself will show you results, okay? That in itself will show you results in your recovery, in your toning, in your fat burning. So once you finish that spin, I'm talking about spinning class as well. You're burning muscle fiber and tissue in your quads and whatnot. You guys have to get in the habit of drinking a protein shake, preferably Sizzling, which if you guys information, Daniel sends you her link. Because we've tried all the other ones, and this one's the one that builds the most muscle and burns the most fat with us. You have to satisfy that window. So if you're telling yourself that nutritional window, so to speak, once again. So you have to make sure that all this hard work that you're doing, you're kicking your ass in the gym, you're taking your Zumba classes, you're doing your Koga classes, you're doing your HIIT classes, you're spinning, and you get in your car and all you're doing is drinking water. Yes. Let's put an emphasis on yes with the water. You have to, and just keep the water in mind. You guys know the deal. You got to drink tons of water. That's another goal. We're not going to get into it, but load up yourself on water. Wake up as soon as you wake up. Before you drink coffee, you got to bang down 8 ounces of water. Before you go to bed, you got to bang down 8 ounces of water. But getting back to satisfying this nutritional protein window, I'm telling you, try it. Things will change for you, guaranteed. Guaranteed, Danny. All right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we have a protein for you if you guys want. It's part of the KFit 30 brand, part of the KFit Talk brand, and we're gonna get into that right now. So we mentioned quite a few goals, little goals that you guys have to start setting, and each and every one of those are obtainable for you. We didn't tell you go out and buy yourself a Smith press and put it in your living room. $2,000 later, we didn't tell you to do any of this stuff. We didn't go out and go buy your Apple Watch for $800. It's not going to do the work for you. You still got to do the work, like Missy Elliott said. You got to work it, okay? So what do we need to talk about now? Danny and myself are beyond excited, as many of you seen on our post about the KFit 30 launch. It's launching tomorrow. Doesn't mean you can't register now in the next few days. We have a pre-registration where you guys are going to be ahead of the game, and you guys are going to get extra points and extra credits for starting it tomorrow. Shout out to all our registrants. You guys will be receiving an email today. Today, you'll be receiving a follow-up email on what the course of action is going to be going forward. It's a 30-day mission, but like Danny said, we revamped this. We upped our game. We upped our game with regards to workouts, with regards to more knowledge that Danny and myself have learned, with regards to new products that we're going to be introducing. Sizzle has a great product coming out that hopefully it's going to come out in the next, while this mission is on.
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to bring into you some new content. We're going to have some fun with this thing, and we're going to make sure you guys get the results mentally and physically. Okay. So, excuse me, I didn't press the mute button. So what you have to tell yourself is you have to do it, guys. It's $19.99, not the year, but the cost amount for you guys to get on this program. If you can invest $19 to prove to yourself that you're going to finally finish something that you started, then I'm not going to sit here and twist your arms and twist your ankles. You know if you're ready for this. And you know even more importantly if you're not ready. If you're not ready, that means you're ready, okay? So we're going to take you by your hand and we're going to make you ready. So we need you guys to click the link that's going to be posted to get registered. Hold on, I got to put the mute button. We gotta click the link to get you guys registered. The follow-up email is then gonna tell you what the course of action and how the itinerary is gonna work for the third, going into the second month, which we're gonna call the journey. And finally, when we get into the third month, that's gonna be called the lifestyle. So you have your 1 month mission, into your second month journey, into your third month lifestyle. But all we're gonna be concerned about right now is keeping you guys engaged for the first 30 days. And it's Danny's job and my job to get you into that final lifestyle phase. And this is our own creation. It's a different approach from Beachbody and Isogenics, wonderful programs. It's not the KFit program that Danny and myself are going to be offering you guys, all right? So let's have some fun with this. If you're listening to this, I don't care what country you're in. The internet is the universal language. You can log on to the internet. You guys can do this online. You guys will then be added to a Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, in your email, respond. Don't do Facebook. We will send you other links to the YouTube channels, okay? You can get on YouTube, okay? So you will be privy and you will be able to do this program. All you need is the will and desire to do it. You don't need a tracker. Our other missions, we want you guys to have trackers and this and that. Great. We want the will. Your will is going to carry you through to that result faster than that damn Apple Watch or that Fitbit is, Danny. So, guys, I want to encourage you to please take advantage of this right now. Get up, show yourself that you're for real. Sign up for the KFit 30 Mission 9 1 month mission while you're listening to this, okay? Because we're going to check the tracking on it. We're going to make sure we see everybody that says they were going to do it. I'm going to hold you accountable for you for signing up on it, right? We got t-shirts, we got giveaways. Sizzle has loaded us up with a ton of product that we're going to throw at you and give you guys options. So let's say, well, Danny, get into what the options are going to be if you can, because I'm done speaking. So I got to zip it.
Oh, options of, you threw me off.
No. Tell them that they'll be then introduced to certain options depending on what their goals are. If it's
yeah. I was like, wait a minute, like, and plus, honestly, I was typing kogafit.com where you can register on that. So but yeah, so like the options of the personal training, you'll be thrown into Jon's on demand Koga classes, into Tony's workout, the Koga class, the live workouts, the live Koga workouts that Tony does Mondays and Wednesdays. And then you'll have options of training, whether if you're in person or online. You'll have options to train with us and get even to maximize the results. Do you have to? No. If you tell us that you're already working with a trainer, okay, fine. But if you want to learn how to maximize the results, it's a one-stop shop. You got to work out. Like, you can lose weight without working out, but you're not losing it properly. It's not going to be really like I don't want to say beneficial, but you're not going to gain muscle from just losing weight from nutrition. It can be done as far as just losing weight from nutrition.
You're not going to sustain it over time.
Right. Exactly. So, so in order to create, like the habit, the commitment, the mission, the journey, the lifestyle, in order to get all of that, you have to keep it going. And do you have to work out 7 days a week? No. Do you have to work out 5 hours a day? No. It's 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, hour there, 30 minutes there, whatever it is, whatever you have, right? But working out is a big deal as far as creating that lifestyle change, that healthier you. You want to lose weight, you want to gain muscle. I don't care. A lot of women has always told me, I don't want to, you look great, but I don't look like you. Well, you can gain muscle. And I always tell women it's gaining lean tissue, right? So that sounds less scarier, right? It's all about words, right? But you want to gain lean tissue because the more lean tissue you have on your body, the more calories you're burning at rest, the more calories you're burning when you're working out. And the more muscle you have, the more that's the fat fighter. So you're fighting the fat, so it's like what, a triple, quadruple fold, you know what I mean? Like, results are there. So getting on the proper, workout, getting the most effective, efficient workout for you, that happens with us, whether it's in person or online. We got you. The proper nutrition. You've got to be on the proper nutrition. Does that mean you're not going to have pizza for the rest of your life? No, you're going to have cheat days. You're going to have cheat meals.
Yeah, but you also are you're offering your meal plan too. Let them know you'll write them up their program.
Yeah. So you got, that's what I say, you got the training, you got the nutrition. So you've got, you'll be getting, the meal plan, from me, and this is something that I've worked on and honed in on.
Yes.
This is mine. So when Jon and I talk to you about KFit 30 and our training and our nutrition programs, our meal plans, this and Koga, like we've created this shit. Like we haven't gone and looked up meal planning. We haven't gone
Right.
and looked up like
It's
other
the
weight
trend.
loss.
What's trendy right now? What's
Yeah.
hot?
That's not what we do. Not putting any of that down, but that's not what we do. So when you're coming to Danny K and Jon Koga, and you're coming to KFit 30, you are coming to authenticity. You are coming to the creative that we ourselves have done, right? You know what I mean? We've put the 30 plus, between the two of us, 60 plus years, 62 plus years.
Yep.
We've put all of that time and work and effort and the stats and the studies and the reviews and all of that stuff. We put it all together. You're getting 60 plus years of experience just from the two of us, right? And the products to back what we're saying. So you're getting the workouts that are going to get you fast, effective, efficient, healthy work results. You're getting the nutrition, the meal plans that are going to help you, designed for you, going to help you get your results. You've got the products that are safe, sizzle safe, and effective, science based, and working on the cellular level. That's why it happens so fast. That's why we see the results. That's why Danny K and Koga, Jon Koga people see the results as fast as they do, is because they're on our workouts, our Koga classes, our supplements, our nutrition, our we got it. Like we're not getting it from somewhere else. We're not being a coach of some other company to give this to you. And if we find that somebody, Mary Jane isn't seeing certain results, we're going to, Jon and I both, we are going to come to Mary Jane and say, okay, what are you doing? What aren't you doing? Oh, okay. Guess what? Maybe we got to up your calories. Maybe we got to lower whatever. Right. So we will tweak these things. This is what we do. This
Yep.
is this is what KFit 30 you're getting. Yes, you're getting a brand, but you're getting product, you're getting authenticity, you're getting results, real people results. And we've proven it time and time again.
I agree. And Danny, you know what? There's nothing. I love the younger trainers. They always at Unique. Shout out to trainers at Unique Fitness. The young bucks and the young hotties that are coming up. The Instagram famous ones are all coming up, and they respect who I am and what I've done, and they really do. I'll sit down in the office when I'm checking out, logging out of a class, and they'll pick my ear apart. Like, hey Jon, what did you do to longevity and what and I appreciate that they're being respectful of it. But not especially if you guys are listening and you're a coach or it's your first time coming into the industry and you don't exactly know what it's like to train somebody that's morbidly obese. You don't know what it's like to train somebody with a heart condition. You don't know what it's like to train somebody that wants to compete in a bodybuilding show. These are the things that you're going to learn over years in longevity. And Danny and myself have, I mean, I don't know, Dan. There might, I can't think of one, but there might, without the scope of reality, we've had everybody come across our programs, from morbidly obese to kids to
Yeah.
people that have
Yeah.
lost loved ones that are using this to get over a loss of a loved one. So, guys, I know for a fact, Danny and myself have been there. We've done that. We probably have walked in your shoes, or we trained somebody that's walked in your shoes. Your financial status, fitness. Let this KFit 30 be the door. Blow open that door for 2023 with a new you, okay? And this program, the next 30 days, I'm promising you, I'll give you fucking $19. Excuse my line, I dropped an F-bomb. I'll give you a freaking $19.99 back if you feel after 30 days you did what Danny and myself asked you to do. I will personally give you $19.99 and another $19.99 on top of that if you don't get any benefit from this damn program. So go to Koga, KOGAFIT.com. Go to KOGAFIT.com. Go to KFit 30 on the drop down menu and register now. Otherwise, follow the links that Danny's been putting up all over the freaking place. She's out there. She's like Banksy out there, graffiti and everything with the freaking in Maryland County with her paint. She's painting it all over the place. That's how excited we are about this, guys. So listen, I appreciate you guys. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry I did, but it's too bad. If you got, I'm joking. I hope I didn't. We want to tell you guys that we're here for you. You know, we do a lot of things in a joking way, and it comes out of love from Danny and myself. That's just who we are. You know, when we got to be serious, we'll be serious, and we're being serious right now, guys. We want to see the best version of you in the next 30 days, and let's carry that over and carry that over and carry that over. You know, and we know this works. So I want to thank you guys for believing in me and believing in Danny. And of course, I have to thank Danny for believing in me and partnering with me. She's the only partner I ever had in any of my business that was still partners, you know, and I'm grateful for that. So get yourself registered, jump into this pool with us together. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna give you your pop-up challenges, your weekly pop-up challenges. We're gonna take you by the hand. We're gonna coach you along. We're not gonna have all the answers, but if you have a question we don't have an answer to, we have plenty of trained professionals, both of us, that will get you the answers. So the bottom line is right now, get your phone out, subscribe to KFit Talk Podcast, and then get right on that KogaFit.com and go register for this. I want to see that we registered at least 100 people by the end of the day today, all right? And make sure you're one of them. I love you guys. I got to get back and do things. I like to close it out and say one Koga love to all my people out there. Peace. I love you guys. Thank you for allowing me to do what I absolutely love to do. All right, I'm making a new version of Jon Koga for you guys. It's coming, kids. It's coming.
Awesome. Oof. So again, KFit 30, we've said enough. KFit 30, these are personalities, me and Jon, that you guys know, love, and trust, or at least know and trust. But you know, like if you've jumped on any other programs in the past, you know, you didn't even know those people, but you trusted what they said from before and after pictures, which may or may not be real or may not be true. But if you're listening to this podcast, you obviously know who we are, or know about us, and you obviously trust us. Hey, Tina, my cousin is coming in from Kentucky. Get on the KFit 30. So you obviously trust us and everything. So, like, just show a little bit more trust. And if you have any kind of weight loss goals, any kind of fitness journey that you're trying to get on, and just click the link, KogaFit.com, hit the KFit 30, and I promise you will not regret doing that. Until next time, y'all, stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated.
And guys, also invite your coworkers. Everybody wants to start something at their schools, at their offices. Start a KFit 30. If you guys start it and you registered 5 or more people, we'll give you your registration for free. All right. So get out there and get people involved. You gotta work it, kids, Danny. They gotta work it.
They gotta put their thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Love it. Go, Missy. Get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair did. Boy, lift it up, let's make a toast. Guys, it's your year. Let's make it your year. Enough with the small talk, enough with the quotes. Let's make it your year. Halle Berry poster. Halle Berry, hot like Halle. All right, guys, we got things to do. We got to get this program working for you. We got to work on some things. So you guys get yourself registered, and we want to see your name so we can add you to the group, all right? We got things to do. We got to go. Goodbye. Peace.